Year after year, we've created beautiful holiday looks for McGee Co. This year, I was really inspired by storefronts and walking through a city and seeing the doors adorned with beautiful garland and the glow from within just drawing you inside. You can see that inspiration throughout every space that we've designed in our holiday collection this year. For our front door look, the idea was to create a grand entrance. And when I'm creating a front door look, I always look to the shape of the door to give me inspiration for how to build the look. This beautiful molding across the top, and so we followed that with the shape of our garland. We did a pair of trees on both sides of the front door. Sometimes we will do clusters of 3 and 2 for an asymmetrical look, but for this grand statement-making entrance, we decided to keep things symmetrical. These are quite tall. I love the pots and that texture that we worked really hard to achieve, and also they're pre-lit. We've designed a new wreath that I'm really excited about because we mixed all different types of greenery together so that you get a lot of dimension, and then we did small pine cones so that you get that depth and texture, and then we added bells and we added this ribbon so that you're getting a nice deep color in the front door look. And then of course, always a doormat. This is not overtly holiday. You can use this all year round, but it's what surrounds it that gives it the holiday look. I'm in a new look, and in the entry look, we wanted to make it all about this banister moment and lean into the fact that there's a turn to the stairs. When we are styling an entry table, and it doesn't matter if it's a holiday entry look or one all year round, we always start with the tallest item first. And here we have this really beautiful new vase. I love the handle shape and also this brown glaze, and it was inspired by a vintage trophy. I think that this could stand alone or filled with branches, and then we build from there. So we've got our height here, and then we did a grouping of taper candle holders. We often use odd groupings when we are placing candles together or objects, but here we actually did 4. We did 2 sets of 2, and I love that it gives a lot of fullness to this large round table. And then we are doing the odd grouping look across the entire table. When you're placing groupings like little trees, I think you can take it to the next level or try something new by splitting them up across different heights. It just adds some interest. I love these marble trees. They're so heavy. I love a large bowl in an entry. I think that you can throw your keys in that bowl, or you can fill it with beautiful ornaments for the holidays. I'm not a person who uses phrases and words on decor, but I think it works in a few choice moments, especially during the holidays. And I love that this is very simple. You have a really sophisticated script and this pretty red border, and it works alone, sitting on a console table or an entry table like this, or on a stack of books on your coffee table. But I would also use it for cookies in my kitchen as well. I think that you can take your mirrors to a really beautiful place during the holidays by adding additional greenery. We had this really beautiful staircase behind me, and of course, it needed beautiful garland for the holidays, and I love a swooping effect to my garland. I think it's so elegant, and I think with bows, you can do every single swoop, or you can just look for the newel posts on your stairs and then decide that that's where your ribbons should hang. I love a really long ribbon and often do a contrast like a red or a deep color so that you're getting that strong holiday feel in the styling. In our holiday living look, we were really inspired by the rich hue of the paint color in this room and wanted to create a warm and inviting ambiance to go with it. We did that by layering this room with deep colors, luxe materials, and greenery with a great glow. We placed the tree here, but I think that it would work in a variety of locations in this room. I think you want to consider, where do you have a path to walk around at least part of the tree and also get, some great photo opportunities. We have layered this room with the rug that has this deep hue that ties in with the paint color. And then we've done 2 cocoa brown sofas, and I am in love with this color. This sofa you've seen styled from us in light linens before, but I love it in this tone because it is neutral, but it feels bold because of the depth that we've used. And then it is a great layering piece for all of the textiles that we've placed on top of it. And it all works together because we're getting a lot of heavy textures. I love that there's a lot of play with levels of brown tones in the space, from the cocoa on the sofa to the velvet pillow, even on the rug and this lamp. And they all work together as just different shades that play off of each other really well, but act as a great neutral place to add in reds and greens. I love this pillow because it ties together those tones. We've got the brown, we've got a brick red and a cream, and this isn't just for holiday. I think you could use it all winter long, and then you could actually probably pair this with a number of different other patterns so that it felt fresh year round. When you're orienting your room with 2 sofas facing each other, we placed the coffee table to follow the length of those sofas. And so we've done that here, and then placed 2 ottomans up by the fireplace to, again, create more seating. This room feels like a place that you could sit down with a lot of friends, pack people in here, and everyone would be able to have a conversation together. And to me, that's what creating furniture groupings is all about. We have the coffee table centering the room, but then we also layered back. On one side, we have the Christmas tree, but then on the other, we've done a console. You may recognize the stools behind me. We are finally launching them. I took the samples for myself because I loved them so much, and we've been getting lots of questions about when they'll launch, and the day is here. For the coffee table styling, we've followed some basic principles of groupings and levels and layers and shape changes. But when you dive in even closer, you see that there are some unexpected elements that I'm excited to share with you. One, we did groupings, and then we've layered on top. We've got these glass bells, and then we have this beautiful floral arrangement. If you don't have a huge floral arrangement in your house all season long, that's okay. I think you could place a bowl or a vase here. Then on this set of books here, we did a little tray with chocolates on top. And I love that it adds gold, which feels festive, but hey, we all love chocolates, and I think it's just a fun and festive touch. I'm really excited about these Advent taper candles. So you light them every single day, they go down, and you can follow your progress, countdown to Christmas. And I think that these make a great giftable item as well. If you want to create a more classic mantle look like this one, here are a few things that we did to get this look. One, we didn't just use one garland, we used 4, and full, long, lush garlands are the key to a luxe look. It drapes all the way down. I think that you could still achieve this look with a little bit shorter if you're measuring your own mantle at home, but the key is a long drape. This garland was designed so that you could kind of have it fall over the front and get this really organic texture happening. We did a new stocking holder design this year that I am really excited about. I love bows, and these are amazing. We're getting all the pattern with the stocking. We've got pattern and color, and then we've left this a little bit more subdued with the bottle brush trees that have a really interesting wood base. The cream tone just keeps it calm, and then on this other side, this is a scenic landscape with a really great matte detail. It's a double matte detail, which is a really high-end look. And I could hang this up in a house all year round, but I add it to this look. That deep green in the artwork starts to feel more holiday. When building a tree look, there are a few steps that I always follow to create any look, regardless of color and texture. There's just an order of operations when decorating your tree that always works. One is I start with the garland, and I do that because I think that it allows you to really see the space, and then you're not fighting the ornaments as you're building. this year, instead of just doing one style of garland from top to bottom, we alternated this really cute brass garland. You can see it has this like textured bead on it and a brass chain detail with a wood. I think that I love to mix more glam elements with more organic ones, and this is a really good example of where that mix comes together. I also would start with these candles. And so if I had someone, oh, the bell. If I had someone helping me, we would be doing the candles and the garland at the same time. We're building that base. And that allows us to make sure that these big pieces are spread out evenly throughout the tree. Up next, I would add my solid colored ornaments, what I call baubles. So we have these velvet ornaments here in this really beautiful color palette of soft blues and browns. We have a new color palette that incorporates greens and reds, and we've mixed them together. You could pick a tighter color palette if you'd like, if that works better with your style. But here we were going for a mix of shades, and you can see that they really do a lot to add some interest to the tree. And I forgot the icicles. I would also put those on at the same time as my bauble ornaments because they are something that I plan to go everywhere and want evenly dispersed. And then it's time to add the shapes and the glass ornaments. The next step I would take would be to add those personal touches. So we have these picture frames here that we've done all over the tree, and I would make sure to personalize with old photos and new, because I don't know about you, but I love to walk around my tree and just remember all the happy times that we've had together as a family. And this is a good conversation starter as well. In my opinion, no tree is complete without some unique ornaments that really represent you and your style, that speaks to hobbies and interests. This year we have a cute garden ornament and tennis, and then we have a few other really cute ones as well. Beyond the front door, the mantle, and the Christmas tree, look for opportunities to style holiday decor that aren't the obvious. And that goes a long way to creating that feeling in your home that it is the holidays. And I don't think it means that you clear out and restyle. I think it actually just means look for little holes in your styling that exist already that you can add in those moments. We love to dress up the dining room in the holidays, and we do this through color palettes, tablescapes, and greenery. The color palette I was inspired by this season was a mix of red and brown, which feels a bit unconventional, but it totally works because when you look to nature, you can see how the colors really work together. And I always use color palettes from florals to really set the tone for a look. In here, we have brown tones on the napkin and these beautiful velvet chairs. There's even a hint of brown in the rug. These are pieces that work all year round. Brown is a great foundational neutral. It pairs really beautifully with this classic Christmas red that you see on the ribbon that we tied onto our Georgiana chandelier. We did a little garland, this little bell garland all the way around, which I think is really sweet. This is a new look for us. I often put little swags of greenery, but I love the jingle bells and that the gold ties in with the chandelier and that you have this really romantic look with the ribbons hanging low. I love a good tablecloth moment, but we didn't do one here, and I think it goes to show that you can still set a dressy table without a tablecloth, but it's really important to use a placemat if you're not using a tablecloth. So we have this really beautiful linen hem stitch. This is one of the most classic styles of placemats that you can use because I could use this in a spring tablescape or in winter. Here we did the dark brown napkin, and it also has a little stitching detail, and then it's the gold that really adds that more glamorous element that makes it feel more holiday. We styled them with our Magnolia flatware. We have this in silver and gold, and it just adds a little shine, and I think that ribbing detail ties in to the votive holders that we've styled on the table here as well. The blue goblet here is a fun surprise. I think it's not an obvious choice for a holiday look, but when you're looking to nature for inspiration, as I mentioned earlier, this arrangement has some blue in the berries, and also our rug has blue. And I think that when you're doing a holiday look, you can look to the holiday pieces that you're adding for inspiration, but also your room so that you blend the two, seasonless and seasonal, together. I'm gonna take you around to the other side of the room and stop at this really pretty pedestal moment. We've got marble, but I really wanna point out these mural panels. They're beautiful, they're huge, and we did a pair of them, one on each side of the door opening, so that it feels like wallpaper, which I think is an excellent solution if you want that mural look, but you're not ready to commit to wallpaper all over an entire room. But I love that you could pair this with every single color out there and it would feel just seamless. In this corner here, we did a bar cart look, and yes, it's great for entertaining, but I think bar carts work as a piece of furniture to live in your dining space all year round. We have styled it with this really cute taper candle holder. It has these twisted tapers, and then I love the addition of a few presents below. You're getting pattern and color and a bit more holiday to the feel. When styling with greenery, I always want to mix the levels and types of greenery throughout a space. And then we did this little potted tree. This was a bestseller last year. I have it in my own house and we'll be placing it in my mudroom or my kitchen. I can't decide, but it's so cute. I love the terracotta and then just how natural it looks. When talking about those layers that we use with greenery, we have layers and levels. So up high, we have our wreaths on all of the windows, and then we have an arrangement on the table. We have fresh greenery in a pot in the corner, and then we even put Christmas trees on the floor, and that just helps the room feel really full. It allows you to incorporate different shapes and textures and tones of green and just bring it to life. Oh, and I almost forgot. One of my favorite additions of greenery, doing a little wreath on the back of a chair. When you have a chair that has a back that you can wrap the ribbon around, it is easy to tie it on. But here we just used a little teeny safety pin to hold the ribbon on and secure it here. And I love that you can see this visual as you walk into the room. Now you've seen all of our holiday looks and you're ready for guests and entertaining.